Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do something stupid and silly. I have ranked every fantasy book. I guess there's one sci-fi in here, but I have ranked all of them based off their map. No other critique, how well written, nothing, how well the characters, the map though. So we're just gonna get into it. It's very basic. I'm gonna show you my least favorite map. Some of these books I've read, some of them I haven't read. You know, if you have read them, let me know what you thought of them. But I just love fantasy maps. I love fantasy maps. And I love when the stories go to different places on the map and all that. So, starting it off with Alana, the First Adventure, which I have not read, but I'm very excited to, obviously. This is the dead last position. I think there's 16 total here. But to me, this map, it's just not really giving. It looks like a germ. So, we're gonna have to give this one an F. It's a fail, but from what I hear, the story is quite good. So I'm definitely gonna give it a chance. You know, what else can I say besides the map is ugly? You're dead last, moving on. We have The Martian by Andy Weir, which is, you know, should it be at the bottom? I don't know. it's just not really giving anything. She's just not really standing out. She's just not really showing, you know, it's just a bunch of dots, you know, but it's also another planet, so maybe other planet's just ugly, I guess. I think he's on Mars. I don't know, I haven't read this one either. So that's spot number 15. Spot number 14, we are gonna give it to The Goose Girl by Shannon Hale, which I don't even know why I own this, to be honest. Like, I consider unhauling this, but I know I like fairy tale stuff, so I wanna read it, but this is decent. But again, it's not that exciting. We have much more exciting ones we will get to that I just feel are more colorful, more intriguing, you know? It's some mountains, some places, and that's it. Like, it's just not. Next up, we have The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. And I kind of started to put a lot of the urban fantasy ones at the bottom because the map in the urban fantasies is just, you know, it's just not as stunning. Plus, this is literally just New York, which, like, it's just New York, which has like extra little things about it, on it, like, but how creative is that? Because, like, it's already a map that already, like, you could just look up the map of New York and it would be kind of similar, but this is just showing you the fantasy stuff that goes with it, you know? But don't worry, you'll see me be a hypocrite in just a second. Okay, next up we have the map from The Princess Bride, which, so now I'm gonna make some people mad because this is like the most popular fantasy series ever, and I literally have, like, it came with a whole entire map all to itself. If you know what this is, I'm sure several people who love fantasy know what this is, but it's the map from the Mistborn trilogy. And again, it looks so, like, again, it's just like there's places, like, it's just not really doing anything. Like, what's exciting about this? You know, like, it's a place, there's a river going through the middle. Sure, I guess. I don't know. Still haven't finished the third book yet, but I have finished the first two. It's just where it felt right to put it here, you know? I don't know what else to say. Next up, we have the map, which, again, it's just a city, but the reason why this one is ranked higher is because it shows you the individual buildings. First of all, it's Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare, who I'm a little bit obsessed with, I guess, but literally, like, the fact that it shows you the buildings, the names, like, it's just giving a little bit more than your average run-of-the-mill map, you know? It's like showing you that, oh, this place is the Yenfin house, and this is where Tessa and Jim met. Like, and once you read the story, you're just gonna get, oh, yeah, and I love Cassandra Clare, so moving on from her, except not really, then we have, again, it's just a map of New York, but it has all of these wonderful locations. It just gives you a little bit more insight into the story, you know? It's got the hotel, they got a sign for the hotel, do more, like, the actual institute is drawn on here, and you can just, like, literally, like, this part of the map is why it's getting, you know, a little bit higher ratings and stuff. So now we are officially moving on from Cassandra Clare. So we're in what? So this is spot number 11 then. I'm gonna put it in spot number 11, The Princess Bride, because it has so many details, and literally, like, the sun is out here smiling, but you can just take a look at all of that beauty. I mean, yeah, I haven't read this one either, but I have seen the movie, but I remember one line from the movie, which I'm sure many other people remember. So I am intrigued to read this. Obviously, this is why I own it. Next up we have The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin, which I have read and didn't like. But I didn't hate it. But the map, like the map, it's, you know, we're starting to get into the made up worlds kind of thing, and that just already gives you points, right? So it is pretty stunning, and I am still planning to read other Jemisin work, but just not this trilogy. But I will be reading more by her. I should say I was spoiled for the end of this book, but I don't know if that would have made a difference for me. Like, I don't know that it would have made me enjoy the book more, but we'll never know. Next up, we have quite the lady here. She's got, it's A Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm sorry, it's a good map. It really is. And not only is it good, but it has like this cauldron. And as you read the story, that has a deeper meaning to it. And like, just I don't know my logic. I just feel like it's, you know, it's got this nice little border around it. Like, it's a good map. It's a good map. Except, you know, lots of people, who's mad? Raise your hand if you're mad that I put Sarah J. Maas at a higher ranking than Brandon Sanderson. Are you mad? Are you mad? Because don't be sexist. Next we have Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. I always want to say Dunnard, but it's definitely spelled with an E, Dennard. I just like the colors in this one, and I like the border. I like the way things are labeled. I like the little dragon at the bottom. I just like it. I just like it a lot. Hate this cover. Don't like this cover. But this has a blurb from Robin Hobb in it, which I just find interesting. Did Robin Hobb really read this book? It also has a blurb from Sarah J. Maas on it, which I don't know if y'all know. Apparently there's been a whole bunch of drama with her. We're just talking about the map. Fuck this cover. Love the map. I have read A Court of Thorns and Roses, just to clarify, but I have not read Truth Witch. Next up we have an author who is, you already see it. Next up we have an author who is getting a lot of hype at her current release that I really want to read. Really want to read it, but I cannot allow myself to read it until I have at least given The Poppy War a shot. Yeah, I think I posted, like, I have all the first books in series that I own. I posted on my Instagram, and this is definitely getting the response. Like, this is getting a lot of people. But the map in here, again, I love the border. I love the way it's labeled. The colors, like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. I don't think this is like a series to binge from what I understand, because it sounds very emotional. It sounds very taxing. So, but I need to read this soon. I really need to read it soon, obviously. I don't know why. I love the paperbacks more. I know, like, you might want, like, the hardcovers, like, I don't know, like, who started that trend of, like, all white backgrounds? Because there's, like, I like this. I like how the whole color is orange, and I cannot wait to be obsessed with this and love it, and then own the whole trilogy in its matching set. I'm excited for it. Okay, they've got a book that is an all-time favorite for me, and that's The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I love how this is reflective. The cover could give us more, but again, we're not talking about covers. We are talking about maps. And this is such a good map. Like, it's very simple and it's very basic, but everything is clear, easy to read. Again, the colors are good, like the way that it's shaded and all that is just, it's just good. It's good. And I don't know if you can tell, I have quite a few favorite quotes from this book. When are we gonna get book 3? Probably when hell freezes over, but it's okay. This is so good. I know he's made promises about releasing certain chapters and those haven't happened, I know, but this first book, I haven't read the second book, but the first book, I've read some of the second book. This is probably my favorite adult fantasy. Okay, next we have a fantastic cover, and that is Ray Bear. Such a good cover, but also this, before we even get to a map, I think, or was it, no, it's before it's after the map. So first we have the map, amazing, and then we have this nice little pattern here. So technically I read this, but I'm gonna read it again because I read the first part of it and then I took like a huge break and then I read it again. I went back to read it. I ended up giving it like a 4, but I think, you know, part of me is like, no, you need to reread it because I'm pretty sure that this is worth a 5, but I just need to be in the right headspace to read it and fully get it in there, you know? Okay, next we have Children of Blood and Bone, which everybody is like, oh my god, this first book is amazing, but the second book is no good. Again, we're just talking about the map. I mean, hello? First of all, it's not just black and white, but also like, are you kidding? Are you kidding? Like, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. And not only is it on the front side, it's also back. It's the same map. The fact that it's on the front and the back. Yeah. Also, like, we have all the clans beautifully laid out here. Like, I haven't read it, but I really need to. But I'm just like, I haven't read it because I'm like, when are we gonna get book 3? Again, no idea when we're getting book 3, and I really would like to get book 3. At least like a release date. Like, come on, Tomy, come on. And then we have my number 1 choice in the best fantasy maps, easily. It's gotta go to The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. Again, the reason is because it's not just in black and white. It's very easy to read. There's a lot of stuff on it besides just locations. Like, hello? We've got people over here. Not only is there a map at the beginning, there's a map at the back. There's a map at the back. And it's got this big old tree. I mean, it is for sure number 1. Definitely number 1. I have not read this either, but I'm very excited to read Marie Lu. I have not read any Marie Lu at all, actually, but I think I own this and Warcross. I think the only things I own. I did own the Legend Trilogy, but I unhauled it in like my first unhaul video. I think that was the only series. Someone commented on it and was like, I cannot believe you got rid of that. So maybe that was a mistake, but it's okay. I'll just support Marie Lu twice. Also, just like the first sentence in this book. The first sentence in this book is, I'm going to tell you a story you already know, but listen carefully because within it is one you have never heard before. Technically that's the first 2 sentences, but for some reason this gives me lyrical, beautiful writing that I kind of expect from like Laini Taylor. So, but I also love historical stuff because I love like the Diviners, the Baron of Nightingale. Like, I love historical stuff. Like, this is really hopefully gonna be a moment. You know, like, it's hopefully gonna be, plus it's like women in history forgotten, like just another thing that I just love. So hopefully this is number 1 in maps and my heart. Sure hope so. And the cover, the actual cover, I'm gonna go get it. Like, it's so beautiful, just so beautiful. That is all. Of course, there are other fantasy realms and maps that exist that I don't own the books of. And also there's like amazing fantasies that don't have a map that I would love to have a map of. Like, so that's it. That was actually fairly long. I'm surprised. But I guess I had lots of opinions of some books I read / books I really need to read soon also. So I just had to share that. But let me know in the comments your favorite fantasy map, whether you own the books or not. Just your favorite fantasy world. Who do you think has the best map? So that is all for now. I will leave my Instagram, Goodreads, Twitter. It will all be in the description for you to check out if you would like. Otherwise, have a great day. Bye.